It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
I would clean that bone about as good as anything.
Matt Hayes.
The guys they had last year, terrible.
And Leon Searcy.
Mama know that when you get to camp, you ain't gonna see a lot of Big Daddy.
Well, camp is over, and it's time to cut down that roster. The Turk, as he is referred to among many NFL players, nightmares of the Turk when he comes and asks for your playbook. But we got to get from 90 down to 53. Some of the work has already been done. You just heard what RJ said. The Hottie Toddy Prince, okay, that's the guy that I was rooting for as far as making this roster. We'll see what happens with him and the rest. But we welcome you in to a Mocama Beer Company Monday. And not only, Leon, do we have to get down to 53, you, Maddie, me, Jay, we'll all throw our thoughts in, but it is game week, brother. Game week.
It is Notre Dame
college
week.
football.
Officially Notre Dame week. And you were talking, referencing the Turk. You know, guys are going to be knocking on doors, bringing a playbook. Yeah. I never saw the Turk.
See, that's a testament to your play.
I got something worse than the Turk.
Oh, what's worse?
All right, so Miami Dolphins will get injured, hurt, whatever. Dave Wanstead calls me in my hotel room. Hey, Leon, need to see you. I just hurt my tricep. I thought he was going to show a little remorse. You know, hey, Leon, your injury, sorry to hear this. No, Leon, we need a roster spots. And we're going to give you the injury settlement, but you got to go.
You got to go.
You got to go. You don't like to hear that. You got to go.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
That classic song, it's closing time.
It's closing time. You ain't got to go home,
here.
but you got to get it out of here. Yeah, that's what he told me, basically. So a little worse than the Turk.
Yeah, that is.
When the head coach calls you in.
I was going to say, at the very least, maybe you got a little extra respect from the head coach that he's the one to tell you that.
Well, I knew Wanstead because he coached at Miami, so he was showing me a little love, but it still hurt.
Oh, yeah, believe me.
Still cut you to the white
Still cut you to the white beat, yeah.
But for you to go as many years as you did and never see the Turk, that's pretty dang good.
Yeah.
All right, so there are guys out there, like you've been listening with Jaguars today and really throughout today and coming out of that final preseason game. A lot of thoughts are centered around what's the 53 going to look like? How many you carrying at the wide receiver spot, running back spot, linebacker spot, on and on and on. And so we're going to look at it a little bit more, keep an eye on whatever might be coming out news-wise from your Jags and from the rest of the football teams. DeAndre Prince was a guy that I at least mentioned Saturday night when I'm watching the game, made him a nice, solid tackle, attacking. He's a guy that still could land on this practice squad. If he doesn't make the 53, he still has a chance. But they're looking for guys like that, tough, plays the game well, plays it with pride, and we'll find out whether or not he's one of the guys. All right, so let's just set everything up. Mocama Beer Company, they bring you today's show. You can find them right up there in beautiful Fernandina. The tap room is right there on South 8th Street. They got the Wildlight location, and then you can find them. You might be shopping for craft at Publix, Total, ABC, wherever you might see it. Pick some up, some delicious Mocama beer. So you'll hear a lot of this throughout the show today.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
So not a cut, not Jags related, but a huge story out of the NFL. Something that's been, talked. One of these stars that hasn't signed, and there's been drama for months. It's finally over. Terry McLaurin has signed a 3-year extension over $96 million to stay with the Commander.
Yeah, that's some huge, nasty cash. Yeah. That's for sure. So that needed to get done. It's so funny when he said that. I'm like, is he talking about McLaurin? Is he talking about Trey Hendrickson? Is he talking about Micah?
Dallas, maybe?
Yeah, who's he talking about? But yeah, McLaurin's very valuable.
He needed to get paid because, amongst the years they were bad, he was the one thing that was good. Mm-hmm. So you got to take care of a guy like that. And now you add him on with Deebo Samuels and with Jaden Daniels.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, they became.
Not only that, you can't take him away from Jaden Daniels.
No, that's key. Quite a compliment.
Yes, you can't expect Jaden Daniels to be the same player, or you hope even better, if you're taking away his top target.
And De'Ami Brown.
Yeah.
And De'Ami Brown. Right, let's not forget De'Ami Brown.
And they already stripped him away.
Huge, man.
Okay, and that's probably when they're in the negotiating room, they're like, damn it, we don't have De'Ami anymore. We got to do something. Okay?
The Jags just fleeced us on that.
Yeah. Speaking of that, we had to say goodbye to Fred.
Yeah.
Okay? We thought, Fred was going to make the squad.
I did. I had hope in Fred.
What will we remember?
You did
most?
not have a
I mean,
You guys dogged him out
that
all
one
camp.
quarter he
Yeah, we
played.
did.
Oh my goodness!
But you guys did say his last game, not on Saturday, but the one before that.
Yeah, against the Saints.
Yeah, that he played pretty well.
He did. Maybe he knew it was time to get out of Dodge. You know.
Well, I think what they also did is they showcased him on both sides of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about a couple guys that they have showcased, they've at least gotten a little trade value out of them, which is basically what you're doing two things. You're trying to settle a position battle when you're playing a guy a bunch, or you're showcasing him so other people can see him and say, hey, we need something like that. Let's take a look at the 74.
Now who's the swing now? Is Van Lanen when he gets healthy?
Van Lanen, yeah. And
Wyatt?
Well,
I think Milan when he gets healthy.
Milan
yeah,
when he gets healthy.
we'll be thinking that the rookies that can have an impact, Milam has cross-trained. He's played a bunch of different spots, but Pat McCary has also played a bunch of different spots. So we'll see whether or not either one of those guys will be the first up. But Cole Van Lanen, for right now, the fact that they let Fred Johnson go or dealt Fred Johnson at least suggests you that he's going to be healthy and he's going to be coming back. He or Wyatt Milam, because Milam also had injury.
I think Milan is kind of a swing everything other than center.
Yeah.
He can play
Which is what
either
McCary is
guard,
too,
either
basically.
tackle. Yeah. So I mean, I think it's about him.
And
as much
McCary, I
as
still
anything.
think is a starter, by the
Can
way.
he play it well? I mean, you can swing as many places you want to swing, but can you play it well?
Oh, very true.
That's what I'm
That's
concerned
such a drop
Yeah,
right there.
Because,
Oh my God.
because the thing is, Leon, when you think about Cole Van Lanen, he's not a plug-and-play guy
with.
either.
No.
Okay, he may be the best available in terms of a backup, but
He's like our dear friend Shadley. His greatest strength is his strength.
yeah.
Yes.
And so we will see whether he makes the roster or not. We haven't
Shadley's greatest strength is his strength.
Yes.
haven't seen anything from him really since week one.
Mm-hmm.
And just to go back with our fond memories of Fred, there was one moment that I'll always remember, and I think it was me, Sirs, and Tommy Mack, but we were all standing there like, I think he's going to hurl. Oh, my God, I think he's about to puke. Oh, my God, do you see him? Oh, my God, he may go. This was during training camp, and we just thought he was just so gassed that he was out of it, and we thought he was going to blow chunks, but he didn't.
But I'll tell you what, the one thing he would never miss from Jacksonville is that heat. From day one, bro, he was struggling, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, hands on hips. He wouldn't run to the line of scrimmage. I told you how he got in the stands one time like he was drinking from the water fountain. You saw
He
that?
did. He was like that lean. He had that little lean.
He had that lean on, bro.
And don't forget.
But he went to school in Florida. I don't know how he can't handle the
True.
heat.
You get spoiled up there.
Yeah.
That cold weather, Philly, come back to Florida.
And he might have had a couple of extra LBs on him, too.
Maybe.
And he's a big human being.
Large.
But don't forget that he did offer up a half dozen quality starts for that football team at a key position. And so they are familiar with him.
Mm-hmm.
They also had other good players around him. And so that helped him look as good as possible.
Right, 4 really good offensive linemen.
Yeah.
I just thought that if he had gotten in some decent shape,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I like the fact that the Jaguars, because I'm telling you something, in that game against the Saints first quarter, bro, I was like, where was all this during camp?
Right.
Now, he struggled in the second quarter, so that just lets me know that he needs to just get in shape as far as shape does. I mean, as far as fatigue goes. Yeah.
But they played him right side, left side. They definitely wanted people to see what he was capable of. They were looking for options as well. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget that Walker Little was still competing with a Fred Johnson at that left tackle spot, and Anton Harrison was trying to prove that he could lock it down on the right side. You got Chua Madoga, who also had an injury that you're trying to figure out where he fits in. You know, all these guys, and you got to find eight, 9 quality guys.
Here's what the only thing I don't like about the fact that they moved Fred Johnson is that there's no legitimate pressure on either of these tackles to play well.
None.
Unfortunately.
So now they got to play well because we have no other options.
Yeah, I think if nothing else, and I agree with your point, but if nothing else, they put a little scare in them that they know their days are numbered, that Anton Harrison is playing off of a rookie deal. He was a first rounder. Walker got his extension, so he has already been paid a fair amount up front. But I think at the very least, they were put on notice during training camp because they had to battle for that thing. You are right. They can get comfortable. They can get cozy with the checks coming in every Tuesday. But this team better get good play out of those two guys or everything else is going to go south in a hurry.
Right. Or their quarterback is facing significant pressure, and we've seen not only just him, but any quarterback. It's very difficult for any quarterback in this league to deal with pressure like that.
Yeah. So we're looking at everything we've got, and we think until tomorrow at 4:00 when it all becomes official. But JJ will keep an eye on any of the cuts that come out, and you might see Jacksonville make some decisions earlier than that 4:00 deadline tomorrow, and go ahead and start moving things around, turning guys loose, start looking. You know, they've been looking at a lot of other options as far as who might become available via cuts from other teams. So we'll get into all that coming up. And like we said, game week. I thought we had Farmageddon. Look, they were planting seeds in the first half of that game that they were hoping to sow later on. And it was a stinky start to week 0.
That was rotten Sawyer, boy.
And
Rotten
then
Sawyer.
the fourth quarter hit.
The fourth quarter was amazing.
And then we all realized what college football is.
Yeah.
It's just fabulous entertainment.
Well, first off, I'm a Rocco fan, so I was rooting for him, and a couple guys let him down.
He was looking rough.
He let his team. It was so funny. They showcased the Beck family. Couldn't be more proud. Mom and dad sitting in there in the stands in Dublin. And then the next play, Rocco coughs it up.
Yeah, there was a lot of fumbles. And the other quarterback's family, Avery Johnson's family, was also prominently featured on a video I saw after the game.
Yeah, they didn't
Fighting,
quite.
bro.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Fighting the dad of Avery Johnson beat the brakes off of the other brother.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the hell that was about.
It was ugly. But the video I saw, they were both on the ground, completely knotted up. I don't know who to give the W to.
The dad
was on top.
The dad had the elbow in the throat. So elbow in the
I'll
throat
give him the
means-
W.
And then,
I mean, do you do that to your son?
That's what I'm saying.
Listen,
that was ugly.
Listen,
That was ugly.
I was always
Too many
told that
Guinnesses.
if you talk grown man stuff, you get dealt like a grown man.
Well, the son tried to keep coming back at him, so I'm guessing he did take the L. That's for sure. All right, so we'll get into all that as we go along today. It's XL Primetime. Thanks for hanging out with us. The noon hour is yours. We would love for you to be part of it. 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Who's staying, who's going with your Jaguars as they cut it to 53?
XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios. The atmosphere of a college football Saturday is electric.
Get pregame news and notes you need to know before the games begin.
It's the Bueller Aaron Plumbing College Kickoff.
Served up by Sonny's Barbecue.
Friday night at 6 on 1010XL.
Did you know that for every inch of rain on a 2,000 square foot roof, 1,500 gallons come off the eaves of the roof? Call Clearwater Seamless Gutters and Drainage, and we'll design a plan using our Clearwater Seamless Gutters, and we'll connect those gutters to a Clearwater drainage system to solve your erosion and standing water issues.
Clearwater Seamless Gutters. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at gutters.
And drainage too.
SeamlessGuttersJacksonville.com.
AA Automotive helps keep your vehicle in dependable and safe condition. Call Sam, Harry, or Joe, and they'll check your brakes, tires, fluids, electric, and motor, so your ride runs smooth on the road. That's AA Automotive on Richard Street.
He's one of the greatest Gators in school history.
Who are you? Who's it?
Chris Doring brings the heat to the drill with Dan and Jeff. Tuesday mornings at 7:20 on 1010XL. Protected by the personal injury attorneys of Farah and Farah.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. As temperatures warm up around us, ants come out in droves. And when they move into your home or business, it's unnerving. Terminix knows that ants add up fast, but Terminix subtracts them faster because living with ants isn't any fun. When ants show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with an ant problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com.
Got a cracked windshield? Not only is it dangerous, but did you know it's also illegal? Call Baker Glass. Mack and his crew use the best auto glass in the market, and they accept most insurance. Plus, all new windshields come with a full warranty. From cars, to trucks, to RVs, you can count on Baker Glass to be fast and friendly. Just check out their Google reviews. Come see us at the shop on Casta Avenue, or we can come to you at your home or business.
I'm back with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Hey,
It here for my friends at Cleaning Freaks at Zero Res. Great time of the year to get your house zero resified. And right now, you can get your entire home clean from Jacksonville's Ultimate Carpet Cleaner. You'll get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $135. Plus, they're throwing in a free hallway and take $100 off the air duct cleaning. Schedule your appointment at ZeroResJacksonville.com or call 287-5727 and ask for the 1010XL special. Zero Res, spell it backwards or forwards. It spells the same. Zero Res.
Zero Res.
Interested in a unique date night? Gibby here. I took my wife Nikki to Wick a Candle Bar. She made her own custom candle right there in the store. Shop local at Wick a Candle Bar. Locations in San Marco and Jax Beach.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Want to grow your hair back?
IHRS right here in Jacksonville is the only hair transplant clinic in the country that offers multi-unit hair grafting, FUE neograft hair transplants, and the 45-minute effective PRP treatments.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
Thank you, IHRS. IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Schedule a free evaluation and find out how to grow your hair back and keep the hair you have. Call 904-777-IHRS. Take the first step to restoring your hair today. Visit hairforme.com.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
IHRS has been restoring hair for men and women for over 30 years.
Call now for a free in-person or virtual evaluation. 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or visit hair4me.com.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. It's Mocama Monday on XL Primetime. Head to the tap room in Fernandina Beach every day that ends with Y and enjoy some Mocama.
Man, they may have a closing time, but they don't kick you out right away. They let you hang at Mocama, okay? You can just chill a little bit. But that's one of the greatest lines, okay? You can do whatever you want, but you can't stay here, okay? You cannot stay here. Out! How many times have you guys seen the lights come on when they tell you they've gone through last call, lights come on, get out? Minnie?
I haven't done that since I was in the league, bro. In the league, there's many of those.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you thought this was the best line.
Well, they're all good.
I know who I want to take me home.
Yeah. Oh, that's honestly, but I just love that part. You can't stay here, okay? You simply can't stay here because I have been in those situations before where they said, out.
Oh, yeah. Many times.
Have you ever been in a situation where someone you're talking to in the dark in the club looks amazing?
She's a two-face.
But then when the lights come on, you're like, what?
My friend had one like that.
So you sober up real quick, don't you?
He had a two-face. She would be completely different, like standing at some part of the room.
Right.
Was very attractive.
Yeah.
Then in another part of the room, hideous.
Or
he would literally eat at a different place in the diner.
Yeah. Like you see her and you're like, gosh, she's kind of hot. And then the next time it's like, ooh, scary.
We end up calling her Two-Face.
That's the liquor talking. That's the liquor talking.
Yeah, that's classic.
The lights come on, you're like, what the hell was that?
Well, that's also the classic. It's a 2 at 10. It's a 10 at 2 is what it is. All right, so let's keep it rolling. Who do you guys have as far as a 10 on your 53? Because this team right now has got to figure that out as far as what they're going to do. We went through it. And we did a lot of our cuts, but we all had 74 making the squad. We had Freddie Johnson as part of our 53, and now they'll be looking. And one of the things I think we base it on is Cole Van Lannon going to be healthy? But anyway, we'll look at that, have a little fun with it, and talk a little more about this roster. All right, let's get to that first game that we saw before we start looking ahead at all these major games that are coming up this week, because it is going to be so good. Cyclones win 24-21. We are picking the rest of our Power 4 conference champs on XLP a little bit later on this week. We're picking all the teams that we think will, not all of them, but the teams that we think will be in the Final Four playing for a college football title and then our national champion. But I did put in Iowa State. Go, you mighty Cyclones. Okay? I got them, baby. Okay. And they didn't look terrible in the second half. They looked awful in the first half. Total of what was it? Well, their team forced 3 turnovers, couple of forced fourth downs, made the stop, and won that ball game. It was awesome.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. Now, me and JJ were going back and forth on the feed when the first early in the first half.
Yeah.
Group chat. Yeah. I told him I was hitting the snooze, brother.
Yeah, this is garbage.
Bro, I was drifting.
Off?
The game was that bad, bro. I was drifting.
I'm
but
like, we waited 9 months for this.
I was hitting it. I was like, but then I had to give them some reprieve because this is their preseason game, essentially. The mistakes, the turnovers, all that kind of stuff.
There was bad weather.
Yeah, it was bad weather.
The field
grass.
wasn't.
It was awful.
The first quarter was like a monsoon out there.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. It rains in Ireland, people.
No, I know, but my point is, like when you're watching live TV, you can't tell how hard it's really raining.
And
it was raining, man.
I think it was Kleiman that had something to say about the field condition.
Well, the lines on the field, they had to keep.
Couldn't see them anymore. They
had to re-chalk them.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wasn't you two guys? Remember, I'll tell you that the Steelers invited me to come to the Dublin game in November, and I was like, "Oh, you should go." See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I told you the weather's going to suck.
Yeah,
Bro,
no matter
the weather
what.
is going to suck.
That doesn't matter.
Cold, rainy.
Their summer sucks.
That's what you want to send me to.
It rains basically more than 50% of the year over there.
It will take care of you, though. You'd be in a suite.
Oh, I know that.
Get some good
I want to
food.
get amongst the people.
Listen, this is the bigger issue is why, with the NFL-ication of college football, why are we playing these freaking games in Dublin, Ireland? It's a disgrace.
Because they're each getting like $5 or $6 million
Exactly.
for it.
Yeah, it's another payday.
It's
shocking
a shame,
news.
man.
Yeah, shocking news, another payday. But to take Farmageddon, one of the tried and true traditions in college football, and put it over there in the motherland, it was definitely a little bit.
Yeah, these are conference games. Like that game is.
That was Big 12.
We don't care about the Big 12, but that game is very important for those teams, and they're playing it in a monsoon in Ireland in week 1. 0.
High stakes.
The problem is the SEC will never do that. But imagine like Tennessee taking like the South Carolina game and going over there and playing that game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure the European mind could handle it.
Well, the SEC thinks differently, okay? They take Tennessee and Virginia Tech and they put it inside a speedway, okay? That way you still got fans, man, crossing the line there with Tennessee and Virginia. Up in Blacksburg and Knoxville battling out in Bristol, Tennessee.
Did you see because there was bars in Dublin that were obviously like doing their best to welcome the fans from Kansas State / Iowa State. So outside of one particular pub, I saw that they were flying an Iowa State Cyclones flag. And then next to it, they had a Kansas State flag. The only problem was it was the state of Kansas flag. Like they just obviously did a quick Google that was like, hey, Kansas State flag, Iowa State flag, but they accidentally just bought the state of Kansas.
So they did go to the trouble of ordering.
The University of Kansas kind of uses in some
Do
of their
they?
marketing.
So even worse.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's funny though. But I do believe
Especially
that
the colors, obviously.
I do believe the Avery Johnson family might have had too much Irish whiskey in them. When that happened.
Yeah,
because they were rolling
watched
around
the fight during the break. What'd you think?
Yeah, they were rolling around on asphalt, concrete, in
Wasn't
puddles.
Good. Looks like they had a little bit too many Hennigans.
Yeah, either pints.
Well, they have to understand
one of my friends used to drink a
goes
lot of
up.
Hennigans too.
The proof goes up in Ireland, right? As far as the liquor goes, right?
I think.
I don't know about that.
I don't know for sure, but
Okay.
I think they just drink more.
Pretty sure it does. That and they drink more.
Yeah, it all comes down to the level of consumption. That's for sure. All right, so the other big ball games, they are coming at us fast and furious. So we're going to be looking at all of them over the course of the next handful of days because you've got the mammoth Miami Notre Dame matchup. Big Sur, you're going down there. Starting on Thursday? You got a big event down there with Notre Dame and Miami.
Yeah,
right?
Miami. Brandon Merriweather has a golf tournament at Miami Shores on Friday morning.
Okay.
So it's going to be a lot of Miami greats, Notre Dame greats. I know Lou Holtz is going to be there, Tim Brown. I think Jerome Bettis is going to be there. I'm going to be there. Ed Reed, Willis McGahee, Vince Wilford, all those big guys. Big names, baby.
That is pretty good. And so that's just the precursor to the big matchup on Saturday or Sunday. So we'll be looking at all the angles of that. We'll say hello to Denny Thompson coming up here in just a little bit from down there, our quarterback whisperer who's already holed up in Miami. But the other ones, we're still trying to figure out exactly what it's going to look like with Florida State. Florida State has got a big opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to see what they look like. And if it's a new wrinkle offense with Gus Malzahn calling the plays and Tommy Castellanos running those plays, and they can catch Alabama a little off guard with what they can offer up offensively, that's the dynamic to that game. If you're looking for storylines for any of these games, that's the one for them. What type of surprises do they have in their offensive play?
I want to see Florida State. Listen, first of all, it's a tough environment to play in Tallahassee. Right? It's always a tough environment. So first and foremost, the fans have got to make it tough for Alabama. And I want to see if Florida State's going to make this a fist fight. Got to make this a fist fight, or they're going to tuck their tail and run.
Yeah.
I mean, if they tuck their tail and run, and Alabama beats them by 30 or something like that, I would be embarrassed.
30?
I'm just saying 30. Bro,
are you kidding? That you don't think that's possible?
They were 2-10
yes, it's
last
possible.
year, bro.
I don't know. I've been saying this for the last 3 months. I think Florida State's going to play well. I really do.
Well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with believing that, but
no, I think they're a better team too. They're better on the lines of scrimmage. And frankly, you guys are all putting all the stuff into Ty Simpson. He's been there for 4 years and he hasn't won the job.
Right. One of them,
and he's had ample opportunity to win the job.
Yeah. One of them is pinning their hopes on a guy who's been there this whole time. The other one's pinning their hopes on a guy who's been through now in his third uniform, and basically
right. But he left UCF because he couldn't play, not because he wasn't any good. The guy ahead of him wasn't leaving.
Right. But then he went to Boston College
and played
Bill
really
O'Brien.
well.
And yeah, he played. I thought he played really well, but Bill O'Brien said goodbye to him. So anyway, you're pinning your hopes on Tommy Castellanos, and Alabama fans pinning their hopes on Ty Simpson. And one of them is a great unknown. The other one we know a little bit about, but how successful is he going to? You're telling me that offensive line of Florida State's better than Alabama?
No, of course not, Joe. I'm just telling you that I think they're better than last year, okay?
Okay.
And I think that Castellanos is a guy that can cause problems with his feet.
Yes.
I mean, if you have a guy like that can stress your defense like that can put defenses in conflict and can throw the ball at a 60% clip, that can be a problem.
Well, you've always told me that if you can't stress a defense vertically, then you're in trouble.
Yeah, but I think he can.
You think he can?
Well, I think Florida State saw it firsthand 2 years ago. He almost nearly single-handedly beat them when they were unbeaten 2 years ago.
Okay.
Well, if nothing else, the mobile quarterback is already or has been a problem for Alabama defenses. Now, that was Nick leading those Alabama defenses, and he just didn't. He would get riddled by those guys that could run that.
Well, it was a system he ran.
Yeah.
I mean, he ran a man under system, Leon, which doesn't account for the quarterback.
It really was tough for him. Now, this is a totally different coaching staff. Defensively, they weren't that good on the road last year. We know that. They were unbeaten at home, and then they had to take it on the chin 3 times outside of Tuscaloosa. So we're going to find out.
I just think that everybody is like the whole Alabama is going to win the SEC, and the Alabama is going to be a top 3 or 4 seed in the tournament. I mean, you guys watched them last year, did you not?
No, yes, I agree. I'm not. I think. Look,
you watched them with a pretty good quarterback too.
We watched Florida State last year.
I know. No, I'm not just saying just the Florida State game. I'm not just saying just that. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah, I saw Josh Pate picked Alabama to win the Natty.
Right.
And I was like,
to me,
ooh.
it's just ridiculous. But we'll see.
13.5 point spread right now, by the way.
Yeah, which is
Bama's the favorite.
Yeah, it's been hovering around 2 touchdowns, and so just let us know what you're thinking. We got all these big ball games. Let's start loading up on them. We'll take a look at that one. All the other ones: Ohio State and Texas, LSU, Clemson. So many big ball games that'll take place over the next handful of days.
Well, listen, this week I'm rooting for the state of Florida.
You mean you have us winning against Long Island?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, you are orange and blue to the death anyway. You
No. I said I'm rooting for the state of Florida this week only.
Okay. All right. Come on, UCF.
Yeah, all of them. UCF, South.
So you hate Alabama that bad that you're going to pull for Florida State?
Yeah.
All right.
That is. This
is groundbreaking, Jim.
You love your Canes.
This is groundbreaking.
No doubt about
that. Some terrorists took off the orange and blue to the death soundbite off of my thing.
Oh, nice.
Go back and
Did you
find
paint
it.
somebody?
It better be there.
Maybe I did. Maybe.
If I find out that RJ's behind this, he is in trouble. All right, it's XL Primetime. Mocama Beer Company Monday, talking college ball, talking Jaguar cuts, taking a look at the 53. How will it shape up? We'll start to hit on those numbers coming up here in just a second. It is XL Primetime.
XL Primetime is driven by Duval Ford.
After our son's shoulder issues were worsening, we took him to see Dr. Snyder at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, who recommended PRP treatment. We trusted Dr. Snyder's evaluation and look forward to seeing him pitch again. For the right care, the best care, we highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Jax is more than a city, beaches, suburbs, or a destination. We're a community that takes care of each other. I'm former Jaguar Tom McManus. J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling is dedicated to serving you with respect and integrity. We haul construction debris or property cleanouts for managers, owners, and realtors. We do it all. Call 506-1256 for your free estimate today. We're here for you. We're veteran-owned and operated. J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling.
Summer's winding down, and we know you want to enjoy what's left of it. But before you celebrate this Labor Day weekend, plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Frank Franzi here for Coyle & Sons Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports memories. Remember Morton Anderson missing a chip shot field goal that launched the Jags into the playoffs in 1996? You know who doesn't miss? Coyle & Sons Fencing. If you're in the market for a new fence, I recommend calling Coyle & Sons today at 904-356-4821. That's 904-356-4821. Or visit CoyleJax.com. That's C-O-Y-L-E, Jax.com. Coyle & Sons, keeping your business and home safe for nearly a century.
Calling all poker players. The Best Bet Summer Swing Series kicks off August 18th at Best Bet Orange Park with a $200 no-limit hold'em and a $100,000 guarantee. Next stop, Best Bet St. Augustine with a $150,000 guaranteed poker tournament. Then wrap it up Labor Day weekend in Jacksonville with a massive $300,000 guarantee. Play all three events and swing for big winnings. Get all the details at bestbetjax.com. That's bestbetjax.com.
You wouldn't drive your car 50,000 miles without an oil change. So why are you ignoring your septic tank? Septic tanks need to be pumped every 3 to 5 years. Call 904-862-6769 to schedule your septic pump out with the pros at Duck Duck Rooter.
Hey, Niall Lawrence Stample, national champion and owner of NLS Cleaning here, where we offer pressure washing, gutter cleaning, and paver sealing, plus window cleaning. Football season is back. Get 20% off your first service when you mention this ad through September 30th. Call 708-8802.
Are you trapped in a high-rate mortgage, watching your hard-earned money vanish every month? Stop right now. At Loan Pronto, they are delivering the lowest mortgage rates in 3 years. Hey, Prosser here. Loan Pronto's rate reduction home loan program is a streamlined, low-cost way to slash your house payments by hundreds of dollars a month. Lock in at a fixed rate as low as 4.99% APR and close in as little as 2 weeks. No appraisal needed in most cases. And here's the kicker. You can skip your next 2 house payments entirely. Don't wait. Rates this low won't last. Call Loan Pronto now for your free, no-obligation quote. Loan Pronto is amazing. So start now by calling 904-999-1508. That's 904-999-1508. Or visit loanpronto.com to lock in your new low rate and skip those next 2 payments. 999-1508 or loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval, NMLS, consumeraccess.org.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Mondays on XL Prime Time, brought to you by Mocama. Check out their great craft in the tap room at Fernandina Beach.
Noon hour on a Monday. Hope everybody came through the weekend looking good, fired up. You got your taste of college football. Now you've got a buffet of college football coming up And then also the NFL will start a week from Thursday. Getting down to the 53 ain't going to be easy, but we'll definitely get into that coming up as we go along today on Mokama Beer Company Monday. Big Leon Searcy, the Hurricane Hall of Famer, is heading down to that Miami-Notre Dame game with the big plans that they have. Matt Hayes, check out his stuff at USA Today Sports. Joe C., along with JJ. We appreciate all of y'all hanging out with us. I did laugh on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. You were talking about the event that you were having, Leon, with Miami and Notre Dame, and dude text in, good thing Ohio State has a big game this weekend, or else Ryan Day might be at that golf tournament trying to fight Lou Holtz, because he's always going after him. He's always going after him, which is beautiful. And honestly, Ryan Day, he took that classic monkey off of his back last year when they quasi came out of nowhere after losing to Michigan to win the Natty. But now he's a marked man. And that game against Texas is not going to say everything about that squad, but it's going to say a hell of a lot about can he reload, because he said goodbye now to both coordinators. Both of them are gone. And now it's back to him being the inventive offensive mind against obviously another hot offensive guy in Steve Sarkisian.
With a new quarterback.
Yeah.
With a brand new quarterback.
Yeah.
That's what I've been saying like for the last month. A lot of these big teams all have new quarterbacks, first-time starters, first-time legit starters. Like, Arch has started 2 games, but he hasn't started legit games where you're like, all right, now it's all in your hands. Yeah, that's the interesting part of this season. I don't think there's a clear front runner, number one. I don't think there's plural front runners either.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it's as wide open as I've seen this college football season in a long, long time. You could see someone from way down coming up, and like you're shocked at where they are and what they've done over the next 3 months, and you're like, whoa, where did that come from?
Right. Those unranked teams. And look, we did one of our Here Comes the Judge before about which of those teams will come from outside of the top 20, and you guys cooked up some good ones, because I love Georgia Tech and Nebraska as 2 teams that might be one of those teams that you should be paying attention to. Georgia Tech's schedule, honestly, it sets up beautifully for them when you take a look at what the opportunity is for them to be one of 12 making it into the college football playoff. And you probably could get some decent odds at Hard Rock on them right now, because that's a team led by my man, Haynes King, that will definitely be getting a lot of love. And then Dylan Raiola for the Nebraska Cornhuskers, that's another talented cat. And he gets, who is it? Dana Holgerson is their new offensive coordinator. And he's another guy that could come in and lend some expertise.
And by the way, Kansas looked really good against a very good Fresno State team on Saturday. And Jalen Daniels is healthy. 3 touchdowns, no picks. They're also a team that might scare some people a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
What about a Dan Mullen sighting with UNLV?
They suck.
Barely.
I didn't watch the game. I just saw him at
They had to come back in the fourth quarter to beat, I don't even know who.
Look at old Dan.
And that's an FCS school, right?
That's correct. That's an FCS school coached by Cody Hawkins, Dan Hawkins' son. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, I do think he's going to have to sort things out. A new world. How long have we not had Dan Mullen patrolling the sidelines? Is it 3 years? 3 seasons.
Dan Mullen sucks.
Thank you. We wanted to make sure, because I was thinking about including UNLV in my early CFP rankings.
Everyone was, yeah.
Just so we could kind of hear that soundbite every single time, along with this other soundbite that JJ thankfully found.
I love orange and blue to the death.
Thank you.
See what I mean? You see what I mean?
It's there. Don't you think it's gone?
Sorry I had to do that, bro.
That's all right.
It's there. But Dan Mullen probably walked in and goes, oh, my, this is a totally different deal.
Well, first off, he walked into a good situation.
Yeah.
Like Barry had that program humming there, man.
Yeah.
So
not a bad operation.
Yeah. So, and Dan went there and added a lot of power conference transfers, a lot of guys that might have been, questionable ads.
Mm-hmm.
And he got him in there because he wanted to see how quickly they could win.
Right.
And you there's got to be chemistry there, not unlike Florida State last year.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar. But that was very dicey there, that game. Very, very dicey for a home season opener, for a highly anticipated home season opener.
Yeah.
Well, I referenced it earlier. That's kind of expected for the first game with limited coaching, limited time together with the coaches, film.
I mean, they had 5 weeks of camp.
I'm still the
And Idaho State still also had to do that.
But that's literally their preseason game, bro. I mean, you can simulate as much as you want to in practice.
I mean, like you going against the 2s and the 3s on the Jags. Your ones.
Yeah.
Going against the 2s and the 3s and it getting all the way to the last couple minutes of the fourth quarter.
Well, stuff happens, bro.
It is early days to be judging his entire tenure.
Exactly.
But it did not start out great.
No, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he looked at it. He's like, "Oh man, I got to get a hard hat on. I got to go to work here. This is not as easy as I remembered it being." Because the best thing that Dan Mullen did was basically game day coach. That was what he was most respected for, especially on the offensive side of the ball. So we'll see how he does. All right, so there's a couple of other ones that we need to get into. We just want to kind of give you a little flavor of all the big games each day as we get closer and closer. So we'll do a little Clemson, LSU, and some more Ohio State, Texas coming up here in just a second. But real quick, so once Fred Johnson is moved, and Cole Van Lanen, you think might be able to make this roster. We don't quite know what this offensive line is going to be roster-wise. How many offensive linemen did you have on your 53-man?
I had 10.
Did you have 10? Okay, because I think I'm hovering between 9 and 10. And interiorly, you know that the Wyatt Milums and the Jonah Monheims are going to make this squad. On top of the 5 that you have, that's 7. And then if you do throw Cole Van Lanen in and throw Chuma Adoga in, you're now at 9. And that, again, is factoring in Cole Van Lanen as being part of this. Who else is going to be part of that if you go with 10?
You've got to factor in that this coaching staff may look at someone who's cut from another team that they may have a relationship with that may cost Van Lanen his job or injury seldom.
Yeah.
Like maybe from the Rams or something like that, something that he can equate his
100%. Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about the guys that are here right now. Who would it be? And so when you go through, if you have Jonah Monheim right now behind Robert Hainsey, that's a pretty impressive thing if he's moved up into that second string center spot. You know that Wyatt Milum is going to be plugged in at a minimum, one of the guard positions or one of the tackle positions. You got Adoga right behind McCary if that's the way it shakes out. And then basically you're trying to figure out who's that other guy that you can trust the most that can be part of this team. I was on Sam Wormley towards the end. I think he's more of a practice squad guy that will end up making that part of your Jaguars in 2025. But I don't know who else. You guys have any suggestions? 641-1010. You can throw some our way. And now it comes down to, are they going to carry 4 running backs? Who's the 6th wide receiver? What about those secondary players? How's it going to shape up? We'll be looking at all that coming up on XL Primetime and Mocama Beer Company Monday. Don't forget, check them out. Wildlight, one of their beautiful locations up in Nassau County, along with their tap room on South 8th Street. And you can pick up some Mocama beer, whatever it is, Pilsners, lagers, sours, IPAs. You can just enjoy them all. Check it out, mocama.com.
XL Primetime, driven by Big #1 Duval Ford, elite service for elite companies.
Start the season with a college football storm. The Hurricanes and Fighting Irish. Tradition, talent, and touchdowns. Miami, Notre Dame. Sunday night at 7:30 on Jacksonville's college football station, 1010XL.
Guys, want a golf course fairway quality lawn? TopDressing.com just landed in Jacksonville with the golf course secret for St. Augustine grass homeowners. A patented process that aerates and turns your turf into a fairway stunner. Serious golf course technology, but in your yard. Less water, tighter cuts, total neighborhood domination. No one else scores a perfect 10 lawn. Hit TopDressing.com now. You will own the block. Top dress your yard like the pros with TopDressing.com.
Brackish Vodka, the spirit of the sportsman and proud partner of the Jaguars, is now available at the Fresh Market Spirits and Wine. The Fresh Market Spirits and Wine is a new adult beverage store offering spirits, wine, beer, and accessories at A1A North in Ponte Vedra, a first-of-its-kind destination for thoughtfully curated spirits, wine, and beer as only the Fresh Market can. And now, you can get Brackish Vodka at the Fresh Market. Brackish Vodka, for whatever your sport is. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On August 25th, 1981, Mark McGwire hit his very first Major League home run.
The 3-2 pitch to McGwire. Swing and a high fly ball belted.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, you are a 6th-generation jeweler. What kind of watch do you wear?
Frank, I think I've told this story 1,000 times. The watch I wear is a Rolex, and here's why. When my grandfather gave me a gift for graduating from college, he said, I want you to have something that you'll always remember me for. And he gave me a Rolex watch, and some 35 years later, it still runs and looks as good as it did the day I got it. A day I'll always remember. This might be the right time for you to create the same kind of memory, and nothing does it better than a Rolex from Underwood's. Whether it's a lady or a man's, the Rolex Oyster has the classic good looks and incredible durability and accuracy that make it the watch people want to own. And at Underwood's, all of our Rolexes come with a 5-year guarantee.
Underwood Jewelers in San Marco, in Avondale, and at the shops of Ponte Vedra. Underwood's, serving excellence since 1928. Underwood Jewelers.
If life blindsided you tomorrow, would your family struggle? I'm Cody with Harborstone Financial, and I can help. One call could protect your family for life. 904-885-9566. Harborstone Financial.
As a contractor, finding reliable subcontractors is key to project success. Prosser here. Guys, that's where Lloyd's Heating and Air shines. Not just your mechanical HVAC experts, but your partner, understanding every facet of construction to keep your project on track. Lloyd's will spot issues early before they cause delays. If you're a contractor with a need for reliability, visit LloydsHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Here's what the car insurance companies may think they know after a car crash. They know you probably don't know what your claim is worth, or how to calculate pain and suffering, lost wages and future earnings, current and future medical expenses, or diminished value to your car. But guess what? We do. And if we don't win your case, you owe us nothing. For a fairer fight, you know who to call. Farah and Farah. Jacksonville.
Duval Fence is looking for the best in fence installers. Check out DuvalFence.com right now and fence in a great job opportunity. From estimates to installers, they're looking for you right now. Log on to DuvalFence.com for all the details. Equal opportunity employer.
Tired of wrestling with your shower curtain like it's a slip and slide gone wrong? Ditch the drama and say hello to a smooth, stylish glass shower enclosure from Baker Glass. Wago Glass is clean, elegant, and makes your bathroom look huge and brighter. Give your shower a makeover and feel like you're in a spa without the price tag. I'm Mac at Baker Glass. Call me and get ready to love your new shower. Let's make your shower great again. Remember, Baker Glass, no one treats you better.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. It's Mocama Monday on XL Primetime. Head to the tap room at Fernandina Beach every day that ends with Y and enjoy some Mocama.
Cranking along, keeping an eye on that, NFL waiver wire, because a lot of these players are going to either be waived, cut, however it goes, and then you start the waiver wire process, and the Tennessee Titans are at the top of that bad boy. So we'll see what type of moves they make once they get down to their 53. One of our texters, you guys hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, 641-1010. We love our Nooners. You guys jump in. Honestly, in my opinion, Stregow and Green have played better than Agba in the preseason. Ain't going to lie. Two undrafted free agents are better than Agba. And I get what you're saying, bro. I feel like what it comes down to in these situations, I'm not saying Emmanuel Agba is a certainty or a given or has had a great camp, because he hasn't flashed, but he's been steady, and they're going against maybe lesser linemen that they're facing just based on the way these games are being played. And that's just a little bit of a hunch.
I mean, what it boils down to when the coaches make these kind of decisions is who do you trust more?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who do you trust more is very important as far as the experience, who's been playing well in practice, who eliminates the mental errors,
right?
Who's the more physical guy. I mean, so there's a lot of stuff that's factoring in. That's why these coaches have to make evaluations on so many different parts of their play. So you're right. I mean, the text is right. It essentially, they have outperformed Ogba, and Ogba has been hurt too as well. You take that and factor that in. So, yeah, man, it's going to be a close call, but I think they may be down the stretch. They may trust Ogba a little bit more than those other guys.
Mm-hmm. See, you know what I was thinking? I never saw like urgency from Ogba. Never. It's almost like he thought I'm on this team. Like he never stood out to me in camp. Never.
Did you?
He was okay. I think that when Patrick was hurt, I mean, he seized that opportunity in practice, and I think he maximized it. I mean, listen, we had him starting at right tackle until Patrick.
We're talking
right guard.
Yeah.
Defensive end.
And so Ogba, look, I talked to him, and he comes from Miami, and he was humbled, said he wanted to come here and play under Campanile. That was one of his big deals. And so we'll find out. I do think he's a quality player, not a great player, but a quality player. And we'll find out whether those other guys, because look, that's BJ Green. That's his hope, is to flash. Strigow, his hope,
same thing,
a rookie, is to flash and do something and make someone want you.
And they both did in that last game.
Right. And it was a little crazy that you saw more meaningful players from Miami in that game against a lot of backups that will be here in Jacksonville that they were going up against. They were going up against a Tua-led Miami offense.
You know what else was weird
early
to me?
In that game?
Late in the fourth quarter in that game, and I mean late, last couple minutes, both Muma and Abdullah were in the game.
And this kind of goes back to what we were talking about. Are you shopping guys, or are you trying to figure out who you're going to keep and who you're going to cut?
Because they had Abdullah at what, second string, and on the depth chart.
They had him on the depth chart second.
You going into the fourth quarter that late, bro?
You're either getting cut or they're shopping.
Yeah, they trying to get him to maximize his efforts so they can make a move with him.
Right. And I don't mind that at all. I love the heck out of it. In fact, is that you're just trying to find guys that are going to come in and basically perform and stay hungry. And the Greens and the Strigos of the world, they look like they're hungry. We'll find out if your Sear is. He does fit in depth chart wise for their plans, but how many plays has he made, and can he make a bunch when it counts? And that's all they're trying to do, is make sure that they get some kind of presence, pass pressure off the edge from any of those guys.
Yeah, I mean, to me, he's always been a 9 pass rush guy or nothing. Right?
Exactly, he's a wide 9.
Right? Yeah, I mean, he can't do anything. He can't deal with those big tackles.
No, I wouldn't think so.
I don't know why you waste a roster spot on him. Honestly, I know he's a special teams guy.
Yeah,
but is he that good? Is there anyone else that can also play special teams that might be able to help your roster somewhere else?
Well, see, that's what they're trying to figure out. How many linebackers are they carrying? Where does he factor in as far as what type of formation they're going to run it, and whether he'd be lined up on the line of scrimmage wrestling the passer? Most of the time, he's going to be coming, like we said, from that wide 9 spot, which means he's going to be a linebacker. And it's going to come down to, numbers-wise, how many players do they think they can carry from that linebacker core based on how long they're either going to be in base personnel or how often.
Right. Plus, you keep an extra DB instead of a linebacker. That's another thing too.
Yeah. If you're playing nickel, it's going to be 4-2-5. So they're going to be a 4-2-5 team the majority of the time instead of a 4-3 team, and you don't have to keep that extra linebacker, so to say.
Yeah, and so I think anybody who made hay in that game the other night that might have been a bubble guy, especially when you consider who they were playing. Like I said, Tua was out there. What was Tua out there for? A quarter and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so
was the starting offensive line.
Right. So it's not like they weren't going, they were scrubs, but they weren't going up against scrubs, at least not all of them.
No, Stringer got that sack early in the second drive.
Yeah. So did, and Green made a play.
Green came in like in the second quarter.
Yeah.
Same thing.
It was early in the second quarter. Yeah. Let's make this a 10-10 take real quick as far as we stay on this roster.
Now, Joe C's 10-10 take. Slow smoked and served up by Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmasters since 68.
Oh, Sonny's, man, they're ready for you. They've been around for a long time, and they know how to take care of you when it comes to good barbecue fast. That's the name of the game. And so we always talk about it. It's the name of the game, trying to make this roster. The Jimmy Gladstone's plan is to raise the floor of this roster, make it better. And ultimately, that's what you hope you're getting when you see guys like the Greens, the Strighouse, that are trying to make this squad. And I can't do nothing but salute them for busting their tail and coming in here fired up and ready to go. And if they can make it, we'll find out whether or not they can either be a practice squad player that ultimately gets to come up on the roster and can start making plays and really become more of a factor, or if you are going to trust them to develop over the next couple of years and keep an Agba on your roster for the here and now. But let me just give you this one real quick, and it just kind of speaks volumes to what Leon has said. I think you said even going into the weekend, Leon, that you'll be thinking about those guys that may be playing their last bit of ball. Maybe listen to this one. This is from Ben DiNucci, and he's sitting in an airport lounge, and he takes a picture of a cold one, and it looks like a good Mokama pint right there. And he posts, "Not many beers better than the airport. I just got cut from the NFL for the 7th time beer."
God.
7th time. He said, "Trust me, you wouldn't understand." 7 times he's been trying to make squads. And look him up, Ben DiNucci. It's crazy.
Well, he played for the Cowboys, remember?
Yeah, exactly. And so he's been around. I'm looking here real quick. I pulled it up, and let's see if I can find it. He was waived by the Atlanta Falcons most recently, drafted by the Cowboys in the 7th round, played for the Seattle Sea Dragons in the XFL, spent time on NFL practice squads, a kid out of James Madison University. So 7 times he's been cut.
Yeah, that's perseverance there, bro.
Yeah, you just keep the dream alive.
He just tried to keep the dream alive, bro.
And that's what cold ones are for in the airport.
Exactly.
All right.
I don't know if that's perseverance as much as it's holding off reality.
No.
Well, reality's going to get there sooner or later,
Yeah.
so hold it off as long as you possibly can, man.
And try to make some money while you're
Exactly.
Because the real world is waiting.
That's what I'm saying.
Because
it's not that great.
Yeah, if someone keeps signing you and giving you a chance, you ride that puppy out as long as you can. All right, it's XL Primetime. We'll ride it out into the 1 o'clock hour right here on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. 1010XL takes you inside the program director's office with Dan and Jeff.
No, you can't take that. That's one of a kind.
Mornings
We won't put a scratch on it.
on 1010XL.
We're fully insured. Fully insured?
Joint replacement surgery is always a tough decision, but relief from chronic pain may be just around the corner. Dr. George Barry here, and there's a lot to consider to make sure you get the proper diagnosis and best path back to the range of motion and mobility you had. Age, lifestyle, and overall health all play a part. Let the team at Barry Orthopedics give you a full analysis to help you make the best decision. Log on to BarryOrthopedics.com or call the office to make an appointment. With offices across Jacksonville and ready to help you feel good again, we'll get you back on the road to recovery at Barry Orthopedics.
With Lee and Kate's glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Hey, it's Frank Frangie. Look, when it comes to glass needs around the home, there's one name I trust, Lee and Kate's. It's local, family-owned, and they've been part of our community since 1926. They've taken great care of me over the years, and I know they'll do the same for you. Visit leeandkatesglass.com.
With Lee and Kate's glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Have you or someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI and all criminal offenses. I've been named the best DUI attorney in the state, and David has been named the best criminal defense lawyer in Jacksonville. In your battle with the justice system, there is only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645.
Get the best soccer talk on the First Coast on the Coaches Show, presented by Sporting Jacks. Cole Pepper, Sporting Jacks head of soccer Mark Warburton, and Sporting Jacks women's coach Stacey Baylor discuss the beautiful game Tuesday evenings at 6 on 1010 a.m. The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Frank Frangie here. Experience professional grade at Nimnick Buick GMC, home of the largest inventory of GMC Sierras in Northeast Florida and Southeast Georgia. This month, save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierra 1500s or enjoy rates as low as 0% APR financing. Yes, 0%. You can't find deals like this anywhere else in Jacksonville. So shop 24/7 online at NimnickBuickGMC.com or at the showroom on Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
Home is where your story begins. And at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to make it the healthiest, most comfortable place it could be. Whether it's fresh, clean air, dependable plumbing, or reliable power, we take care of it all. From routine maintenance to state-of-the-art solutions, Donovan keeps your home running smoothly. Because at Donovan, we believe your home isn't just where you live, it's where your health meets comfort. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing at 904-270-COOL or visit us online. Let's make your home healthier, safer, and better together.
The best value for golf in Jacksonville remains Cimarron, totally reestablished with new tee boxes, improved fairways and greens, also a brand new restaurant with indoor and outdoor settings, and live music. Join the Wild One loyalty program online at Cimarron Golf. When's the last time you played Cimarron? Cimarron Golf Club on 210, the Wild One.
Jacksonville. Disrupted is here. From the PGA's cutting-edge Tourcast to game-changing sports science, technology gets its spotlight. The 27th of August. Get your tickets at disruptitfl.com.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here. You've heard me talking about Pella Windows and Doors. With great ratings and expert reviews, you know they're high quality and energy efficient products. So what's your next step? Schedule a free consultation at PellaJacks.com or just stop by the Pella showroom on Phillips Highway. Their professional design consultants will guide you through your entire project from start to finish. And that's the quality and service you can expect from Pella Windows and Doors.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Southern Oak Insurance. As the Jacksonville Jaguars continue to solidify their roster. In a recent move, they have released corner DeAndre Prince. He was a 5th-round pick back in 2024. Right now, 88 degrees at 101. Time and 10 brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler. Liz Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the quarterback whisperer, Denny Thompson.
Okay, bring it in.
Brought to you by Tyson Sound and Security, security and automation experts, and George Moore Chevrolet.
1, 2, 3.
Can y'all feel that? Can y'all feel that?
Oh, yeah.
Jig it out.
They're getting fired up down there in SoFlo. No question about it. That's where we find our quarterback whisperer, Denny Thompson, ready to rock and roll. Game week, my man.
I know, guys. It's here, man. Let's go. It's finally here.
How fired up are you, and what is the vibe down there in Miami to welcome the Fighting Irish to Notre Dame?
Oh, I'm excited for so many reasons. I mean, just, not just the vibe down here in Carson, but who didn't get excited for the first week of college football, especially when you got the lineup we've got. Like, I'm so fired up. But down here, it's fun, man. I think there's high hopes down here, and rightfully so. And I'm excited to see what it looks like on the field against Notre Dame on next Sunday night.
Denny, I will be in town on Thursday, bro. I land at 5:40 p.m.
On Thursday?
Yeah.
He needs a ride.
No, I don't need a ride. I'm good.
You pick him up.
I got the car to pick me up already.
Will you send the?
So you're going to go hard. Are you going to make it to Saturday, bro?
Sunday?
Yeah, bro. I'll make it. Listen, I'm a trained professional now. I'm trained professional.
Send the Lambo to pick him up. Okay.
Because
You're all man's man here, right?
I got to play in Brandon Merriweather's golf tournament that Friday morning at Miami Shores at 8:30, and then he has a yacht party from 7 p.m. to 12. That's the one I'm scared of right there. I'm not going anywhere yet near that yacht party. Trust me.
Yeah, you got to love Miami parties. And by the way, there won't, if somebody sees the Lambo, they should probably notify authorities because we don't.
That would be a tip.
Yeah.
You can call the Popo down there and let them know what's happening. That we found the Lambo.
Right.
That part.
All right. So honestly, just drill down for us for a second because we are talking about that game because you're down there. And Carson, we talked to him up at the ACC kickoff. You've seen him week by week. or more than that over the course of the offseason, progress, get better, get healthier, get stronger, so on and so forth. Well, where's his mind at right now?
I think he's ready, man. It is super interesting though, because he had a pretty serious injury, and the mindset and the way he attacked. And I'm not saying this because he's my guy, because y'all know me at this point. I just wouldn't say anything if I didn't believe this. But the mindset and the way he attacked that whole situation of recovery with the thought of, all right, I want to be, ready for Notre Dame. It was, it's elite. It's really elite. And I think he learned a lot through that, and he got the results that he wanted. And now, if you didn't know, you wouldn't know, I don't think. Y'all will be the judge of that next week. But I think his mindset's really good. I think it's positive. And I think in a lot of ways, like the stuff that he's had to overcome in the last 12 months, specifically since the injury, has done nothing but just make him more confident of a person.
Denny, the whole vibe down there, we've talked to Mario numerous times in the offseason. There's a lot going on down there, obviously. The offense is different. It's the same offense, but different players, different personnel. The line looks like it's set. Carson looks like he has considerably better options on the outside than he did last year at Georgia. The defense, we're still hearing good things about that. This is a team that, if things fall right, could be dangerous in November, no?
Yeah, and this part I think plays as big as anything else is everybody's talking about Clemson. I don't think anybody's really talking about, Miami, are they going to be able to do it, or are they going to choke, or whatever it is. I rarely see Miami in playoff brackets. So, I think they're able to not only have that talent and have all that fall into place, but I think that is a big motivator for a team that, has a bunch of new guys, is disrespect is current, right? We're not talking about something from last year. We're talking about from right now. They don't believe you as a team has a chance. Everybody's picking Clemson. A lot of people don't pick you to go to the playoffs. And I think that kind of stuff does a lot to bring teams together, specifically, these days when guys haven't been playing together 4 and 5 years.
Yeah, nothing wrong with using the old-fashioned motivator if you're a head coach, the classic nobody believes in you. And we always laugh when the Travis Kelce's of the world, the Kirby Smarts of the world pop up and say, nobody gave us any chance, which is kind of comical. But it is true in the case of these teams. In Miami, LSU, you can use any of these as an example, Denny. Ride that wave to keep these guys fully focused, right?
Yeah, 100%. And back in the old days, the coach did have to say that. He had to make that up, right, in some level. But these days, man, these guys know it. They've got as much information as the coach has about, what everybody's saying. It's easy access to it. So, yeah, I think you can feel that in some programs of just like, okay, we feel like we're better than people think we are. And now it's our job just to go show them. So I think they do have a little bit of that working for them if they use it right as well.
Now, Denny, Miami will probably never be back to the days of old and when they dominated college football. But a clear sign that Miami's moving in the right direction is the amount of draft picks that are getting drafted. You got this year 3 projected first rounders in the right tackle, Margua, Carson Beck, and Robert Bain. And Bain Jr.
Yep. Yeah, and that right tackle and that defensive end, like, think about how much better they've made each other. They're, when they go one-on-ones, that's them too. Yeah, you're right though. Yeah, I 100%. When was the last time that they had that going into a year, and being around this place and seeing how excited they are about their young talent too, Leon. You're right. It's never going to be what Miami was. I don't think anybody's ever going to be what Miami was. It's just harder to do it these days. But with that being said, you still can be, at the elite side of what is current. And I think Miami is heading in that direction. I don't, whatever that looks like, and I'm not saying it's going to be this year, but Mario's doing a good job. The young talent here is off the charts. They seem to be recruiting well. And I was just in the ticket office getting a few things wrapped up. And, the buzz for this game is enormous. Everywhere you go, you see people wearing Miami Hurricane stuff.
Sweet tickets? Or not giving it away, is he? He's not giving it away.
He's not.
Go to the game flow, okay? Go to the game flow, Denny. And I'm just going to get you to put your coaching hat on. What do you think needs to go well early on the offensive side of the football for Carson to feel confident to where they can basically pull out any call sheet and roll with it?
Yeah, I don't. There's no. Carson's seen everything. Carson's been in so many big games that you want to see him start fast, but there's nothing that I think that he's going to see that he don't know how to respond to. So, that's the good thing is when you've got a guy that's played as much ball and as many big games as Carson has, you don't have. It's not over if you don't start quick because that guy's going to figure it out. I do think that Miami has to show the ability to stop Notre Dame's run game early.
Mm-hmm.
And then offensively, I think if you're a Miami fan, I think everybody's curious to see. We saw what it looked like with Cam last year. What does that look like, and do they get an identity early? Offensively, it's probably I don't know. I think Shannon Dawson is a very good play caller. So what's the difference in the way he's calling plays this year to last year and things like that are things I'm curious about. But make no mistake about it. I mean, that defense is going to get run at and run at and run at. And we're going to find out very quick is Notre Dame getting 6 yards a clip or is Miami holding strong? And I think that's the thing that everybody's going to be looking at.
All right, bro. So on the text line, some guy checks in and says, Ugga fans are so glad Carson Beck's gone. What does that tell you? Well, it tells me you're an idiot. But secondly, that's got to fuel Carson because that's been part of the entire offseason. The entire narrative was he was the reason that they regressed over the last 2 years. Not that there wasn't significant playmakers on the outside. Not that the offensive line wasn't as good as when they won those back-to-back national titles. It was him. How much of a chip do you think that's put on his shoulder?
I mean, I don't think I have to answer that question. It is what it is. He's here now, and of course, things. It gets frustrating. I'm going to speak for myself. I'm not going to speak for Carson. Right. Sometimes I'll look and I'll go. Garrett Nussmeier, for an example. It's like, wow. So now, we're talking a lot about him, and I'll go look up his stats last year. And wait, it's the exact same stats that Carson had. And then I'll go look at Cade Klubnik, and I'll go look at Carson last year. And they're pretty dang close in stats, and y'all can double-check me on these if you want to. And you start to look at, I'm not going to say anything about the talent at Georgia because it's Georgia. Like, they always have talent. Like, that's probably not a great excuse. But when you look at, the schedule they played, and, yes, he lost 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
But
they had 33 drops last year, Denny. 30.
Right. But I'm even saying, like, compare even with those drops, look at his stats compared to some of these other guys, and then if you want to add in the drops from there, you'll see. So I don't know, man. I don't know where that came from, and I'm sure it came from not hitting the expectations that everybody had, which nobody's harder on Carson than Carson is. So I don't know how much he really pays attention to that, but it definitely is out there. It's interesting. I'll put it that way.
All right, bro. Enjoy it down there. Soak it up. We know it's going to be quite the atmosphere. I've been accused of being sweet level before, so I will see you on what elevator button should I push?
I'll get you details, Jeff.
All right, you're the man. All right, we'll talk to you later.
Bro.
All right, quarterback whisperer, Denny _Thompson. Notre Dame fans chiming in. What is Carson going to see? Leonard Moore shutting down half the field. So can't wait to get the hype going on both sides of the ball for Miami, Notre Dame, for all the other ones as well that are coming up. We'll keep it going. We got some questions about the 53 guys that you think could, should, might make this roster. We'll get back into that coming up on a Mokama Beer Company Monday.
XL Prime Time, driven by Duval Ford. Check in Tuesdays for Jeff Lageman and Check the Tape Tuesday.
We'll keep you up to date with the latest and NFL news.
Tuesdays during football season on Jaguars Today. Checked by Napa Auto Care on 1010XL.
I'm Chris Campione. Veterans have given so much in the service of our country, but when it comes to legal challenges, you shouldn't have to fight alone. At Campione Law, we're here to help veterans like you get the support and compensation you deserve. Whether it's a workplace injury, a personal injury claim, or navigating a veteran's disability claim, we'll stand by your side every step of the way. Your service to our country matters. Let us serve you with the dedication and respect you deserve. Call Campione Law for a free consultation today. Campione Law, fighting for veterans, fighting for justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Campione Law.
Ready to add some value to your day? The everyday deals at Sonny's have got you covered. Right now, you can get the pork big deal for 10, the pork and rib combo for 12, all you can eat ribs for $19.99, and our new loaded barbecue potato for $11. Available all day, every day. And that's why it's always Sonny's here. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
He used to cover the Jags. Now he's a CBS Sports senior NFL writer.
Well, I believe he got everybody's attention.
He's Pete Prisco. Friday afternoons on The Frangie Show. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles on 1010XL.
At Performance Painting, we've spent decades protecting commercial properties with durable, long-lasting coatings. And we can bring the same expertise when painting the exterior of your home. With industry-leading materials and a proven process, we extend the life of your home, reducing maintenance costs and preserving its value. Now, for a limited time, save $500 when you hire us to paint your home's exterior. Just mention 1010XL. Go to performance-painting.com to schedule a friendly estimate. Performance Painting. Repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting. Hi, folks. I'm Frank Frangie, and I got to tell you, I can't fix anything. I would be so lost with plumbing problems if not for Duck Duck Rooter. But everybody knows to call the Duck. Well, I do too. Whether it's plumbing, air conditioning, septic, they handle all of it, and nobody does a better job than our friends at Duck Duck Rooter. Any of those needs you have, call them today, 904-862-6769, or go to duckduckrooter.com. If you've got problems, call Duck Duck Rooter. They'll handle it. I guarantee it.
How far is too far? In the all-new 2026 Jeep Cherokee, that's up to you. Powered by a new 1.6-liter Turbo 4 engine, it's the iconic SUV, reimagined to put today's adventures and tomorrow's dreams in reach. So go ahead, keep the good times going. The all-new 2026 Jeep Cherokee. Jeep, there's only one. Jeep is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at StanleyPoolsFL.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
Attention men and women, if you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. It's Mocama Monday on XL Primetime. Head to the tap room at Fernandina Beach every day that ends with Y and enjoy some Mocama.
Having a good day today, that's for sure. You can drop on by that tap room up in Fernandina if you're one of the Nassau Nooners that listen to XLP, and you can enjoy you a cold one. They got that full menu. The brews are constantly happening, and they want to make sure that you got everything they cook in the kitchen, along with a cold beer, maybe coffee in the morning, whatever it might be. Just drop on by and check them out, the tap room or the Wildlight location. Now, we've been talking college ball. We're going to get back to the 53-man roster. It is XLP, and thanks for hanging out with us. If you miss any of the first hour of the show, you can go back and watch the whole bad boy. Just crank up YouTube, search XL Primetime. Festive, to say the least, as far as those chiming in on the text line. One of them said, I feel for all the Canes folks who are going to have broken hearts because Leon cursed the weekend by rooting for the Noles. Roll Tide. So, yeah, Alabama coming in on you because you were just rooting for the whole state.
Yeah.
Is what you said. And I get it. All right. Let's get to the 53 because this is obviously something that all of Duval is trying to figure out. Who's going to make this football team better? How is it all going to shake out? We mentioned Chad Muma and Yasir Abdullah earlier. One of our nooners making the prediction. Muma and Abdullah will both not make the 53. Honestly, Gladstone has shown us how poorly Doug and Balky ran this team. And I'm agreeing with the texture right there because you won't take me off of that memory where Trent Baalke over a 3-round stretch picked a linebacker number 1 overall, traded his second-round pick to jump back into the first round and drafted another linebacker, sat out the second round, and came back Friday night to begin the third round with another linebacker. That named Chad Muma. Yeah. You will never get me off of that. And it drives me crazy that happened. Baalke wrecked this roster.
Yeah, well, listen, any guy that's not an established draft pick or free agent and doesn't have a legitimate starting position on this team, all their feet should be on the fire because these guys didn't choose you. There's no loyalty in keeping you around. You've got to be special. You got to be special on this roster in order to stay on it, in my opinion, as far as the new regime goes.
And DeAndre Prince is a perfect example of that.
Yeah, exactly.
He was a 5th rounder, and
all those guys feed to the fire. I mean, unless you can legitimize your position and be a starter, a bona fide starter.
Was he a 5 or a 4?
He was a 5th rounder.
Fifth rounder. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Moore's done nothing. He's done nothing in 4 years, right? So, but I kind of felt sorry for him on the field last night. Or Saturday night.
Right.
Feelings?
He's got the club on his hand. You can't really grab anybody.
He did made a little bit of a play.
And he got.
Thank you, JJ.
Thank you, Jay. He got embarrassed in space a couple times too, man. It just wasn't working for him.
He missed 3 tackles.
Yeah, and you could see he was. They showed him walking off the field, and he knew his time was done. Yeah, he knew it.
And I'll tell you this: Hacker and I at training camp, he's like, "I'm rooting for Muma, man." And so he likes him, and I totally get it because he's a good dude.
Yeah, of course.
But you've got to get better players.
There's very little room for good dudes in the NFL.
My dad's a good dude. He shouldn't play for the Jags.
Right.
Bro, I had a lot of good dudes in the locker room. Yeah. I just didn't want to see them play on Sunday.
Right. The problem with this franchise is there's been a lot of good dudes.
There's been
no dogs.
Lifeline Jags. Yeah. All right. They got to go.
Yeah, and so the lifeline, which was the nickname you gave him, and it was so true because guys would just hang on. And what the texter did say is that not only did Baalke, when it's all said and done, build a bad roster and not get to a point where there were a lot of guys getting second contracts, but then Doug lost his fire. Okay, he didn't have anything fire-wise in the belly. It was more soft serve. It was the vanilla. And that crunchy sugar cone.
He's not the only one who lost his fire in that team.
Well, who else?
I mean, I'm look all over that roster. I think it's still a question now. I mean, Leon says when he played, he walked out on the field and he thought, I'm the baddest mofo on this field. Mm-hmm. How many of those guys in that 53-man roster last year you think walked out in the field and said, I'm the baddest mofo on this field?
Oh, they can say it, but they don't show it. It doesn't really matter. Right. I mean, if you walk
but how many of them you think actually thought that?
I don't know. I mean, they didn't play like that. None of those guys played like that. Like they did with the baddest mofo.
Right.
No, they didn't.
Yeah. And so I do believe new leadership and new demands placed on these players will help ratchet that back up.
I think it could. Yeah. I just want to I don't want to put these fans in a situation where they're all geeked and they're ready to go and they're thinking 8, 9, 10 wins when it might not be that much better. It might. I think we all just need to all right, let's see what happens, man.
Yeah.
Let's watch this thing play out a little bit. Because
there's nothing guaranteed.
No, I know that because after week one here, we all could be like, what in the world did we just watch?
Well, here's the one thing, Matt, is that Liam, no matter win, lose, or draw, he has to be consistent. The one thing about TC in 96, when we had that slow start, in the team meeting room, he was always consistent. You know he was going to be consistent.
He was ball breaker.
Whether you win the game or you lose the game, he stayed consistent.
Right.
You can't waver.
Right.
You got to have the same. You got to have the same monotone throughout the team, because we can pick up on if we feel you're real or not. And TC, one thing about him, he was stringent. I don't care if we won by 20, he was stringent. If we lost by 10, he was the same guy, or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's got to stay consistent throughout the season.
And I love it, because that you need to be able to identify the guy that's going to lead you, and you can count on him doing the certain things that you're talking about a certain way all the time. No highs, no lows, just basically, hey, this is how we're going to do it. And they're going to keep challenging players. One of our texters, the big question for me is in the Panthers game is whether we're going to be able to contain Young so he doesn't torch the secondary. Defensive line, still a question. Look, I don't.
A huge question.
Yes, I have reservations across the board, and any Jaguar fan out there should have reservations just to see what this bad boy looks like, what the product looks like. And also, I don't think it's a sink or swim scenario in week one. In other words, you see them win or lose that game. Oh, my gosh. Oh, no, we suck again, or we're back. It's still going to be a long process getting this roster back to where anyone.
This thing started in March, and all of us sat here and said it's the offensive line and it's the defensive line, and specifically it's the interior on both those units. And I'm not sure they got better defensive. We'll see. We'll see what Eric Armstead does.
Right.
We'll see if Mason Smith, who missed the majority of camp, what he does. Right. We don't know.
No.
The interior, the offensive line.
I'm just happy he's back, because it gives him a chance.
Cleveland stepped up his game, which is very impressive. Very impressive. We don't know what Hainsey's going to be. We just don't know. And frankly, we don't know what McCary's going to be.
Well, it's funny because I feel like we have looked at the only thing that's taken our eyes off of the interior offensive line is how questionable the tackles have been.
Right, and that was my next question. My next point was, it was all focused on the middle three, and then all of a sudden you've got a major problem outside.
Yeah, and so they got to fix that, deal with it, and see what they're ultimately going to be able to fashion play calling wise. And I just will keep saying this because I believe this is going to be the key to unlatch a handful of really good weeks and games for Trevor Lawrence. Is if the run game is there, the short passing game is there, the big play will open up off of that. Trevor will become more confident off of that. Quicker decisions and getting the ball out. It's going to be incumbent on him to be so quick and decisive and accurate when he decides to make the throw. Don't turn it over. Make quicker decisions, but make good decisions. And then after that, you can take some chances. You can see BTJ starting to stretch a defense after a handful of short, higher percentage plays unfold. That's going to help this offense so much if they can come through that way.
What I'd like to see game one is run.
Yeah.
First 5 plays. Just run the ball.
Yeah.
Just get after it. Let the offensive line know that you are the heartbeat of this offense. Because I told you, Trevor's best friend is going to be a run game.
Yeah.
So the emphasis has got to be on the run. He said the emphasis was going to be on the run when he first got here in his presser. He said it. So I don't want to see a bunch of passes going. I want to see the run game established early and often. And don't give up on it, even if there's a no gain. I'm hoping there's 2 pop here, 5 pop here, 3 pop here. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, but if you're not getting a push, you don't have a choice. And I think that goes back to there are questions out there right now. Again, maybe it'll change.
Yeah, I got to see
Maybe it'll change when the season begins and these guys start to realize the enormity of the moment they're in. I don't know. There's some serious questions on the offensive line. So we can talk about how a run game, and I agree with you, would be great for Trevor, because that's going to help them protect as well.
Yeah, I think.
But until they do it.
Right. I really do think that it manifests itself quickly, that it will show up quickly because of the way
if they can do it.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying I believe they will.
If you believe they will, you're saying it will show up quickly.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah, because I feel like the gap blocking and what they're going to do, play calling wise, is going to help everybody. It's going to help them look good.
We saw some remnants of it in the Saints game with Tank and ATN on a couple of those counter plays.
Yeah.
So if we can get that out of the offensive line on a consistent basis, we'll be all right.
If they can play the Saints every week, they'd be all right. Too.
Yeah, that'd be
great.
Yeah, that would be great.
But they are going to be beating Derek Brown and company in that week one. And in both of these teams, let's not forget, Carolina won one more game than Jacksonville did last year. Okay, and that was after sitting down Bryce Young. And I think they can beat Carolina. I think they're good enough to beat Carolina. But Carolina probably feels the exact same way.
Well, yes, they do.
So it comes down to it's this number one overall versus that number one overall. This offensive scheme that Liam's bringing here versus what Dave Canales also brought from Tampa up to Charlotte. And then let's see which of these pass rushes can get home and get to the quarterback. All of it. And it's a, field goal game, right? Jacksonville by what, JJ? I think they were 2.5. Were they 2.5, 3 points?
It has been. I'm not sure what it is.
All right,
right now.
I can't stand it. I got to look.
It's got to be 2.5.
So here's another one off the text line from one of our prime timers. DeAndre Prince was a quintessential bulky pick. Did nothing in college, but had great traits and played in the SEC. At least the opportunity cost wasn't the high one for him because he was drafted day 3 in a weak draft. And I get it, but they have the opportunity to find gems on day 3. And this team may have found it with the LaQuint Allens and the Jonah Monheims. Don't know. We'll find out. But at the very least, they look promising. And so you're right. That day 3, you just got to take advantage of it and make sure that you get guys that can stick and stay and be a part of this team going forward. Because that roster, man, it is chock full of question marks. And we need some exclamation points on this football team.
By the way, Jags up to 3.
Up to 3. Oh, yeah.
I just settled for a period instead of a question mark.
I was so happy with the Iowa State and the 2.5, 3 points that I got.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was looking at that total, 51.
Did you take the over? Of course you did.
I thought it was a no-brainer.
And then you got crushed on the bad beat at the end of the game.
At the end of the game is the absolute worst.
There was no way Matt Kim was scoring that touchdown. He's doing it just
well. They scored and then they took it back on a replay, which made it even funnier.
They were at the half-yard line. There was no way he was going.
It was the only time instant replay made people happy if they had bet the under. That was the only time. All right, exclamation points, question marks. We got them all on this roster. We will keep going on that subject coming up on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford Mobile Service. Game-ready service right to your driveway.
Tired of high energy bills? Replace those inefficient windows and patio doors now. It's Renewal by Anderson's triple savings month. Get $300 off windows and $825 off patio doors. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. This offer expires August 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Hey, Hicken here. Tired of glasses or contacts? Discover customized vision solutions at Bowden & Associates. Dr. Bowden's team offers cutting-edge options like Evo implantable Collamer lenses or refractive lens exchange and classic LASIK, designed to fit your life. Picture perfect vision for reading, driving, or just enjoying the day. It's easier than you think. Call now for your free screening. Bowden & Associates, they're keeping the First Coast focused.
You've got a lot on your plate. The last thing you need is car trouble. At Maxie's Mechanics, we help you keep your cars, trucks, and SUVs running safely. Visit MaxieAutoRepair.com today for honest service, reliable repairs, and peace of mind for you and your family.
Maxed out on credit cards? Struggling with high-interest debt? You could pay it all off in days with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan. Hey, it's Prosser here. Get cash out now without touching your low-rate first mortgage. No appraisals, no waiting, no BS. The Rapid Equity Loan Program at Loan Pronto is amazing. One Loan Pronto client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. They paid off debt, renovated their kitchen, and cut their monthly expenses by $1,800. That's a huge turnaround. Instant approvals, low rates, no hard credit pull up front. That's Loan Pronto. Listen, your home equity is yours. Use it. Get cash to consolidate your debt down to one easy, low monthly payment. Call Loan Pronto now for a free instant appraisal for your home and see how much cash you can get today. Loan Pronto is an A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and have nearly 2,500 5-star Google reviews. Call now and start the conversation. Go to loanpronto.com or call 999-1508. That's loanpronto.com.
I'm Frank Franzi. I told you my daughter Amber has tried Awaken 180. Man, has it worked. You ready for this? After 3 weeks and change, she's lost 22.5 pounds. You should give it a try. 844-346-1800 or visit awaken180weightloss.com.
Need protection? Call Craig and Christine Kaprosky at Goosehead Insurance. The Kaproskys are a husband and wife team committed to finding you the right coverage at the right price in just a few short minutes. For home, auto, flood, or specialty insurance, Craig and Christine Kaprosky are the answer. Craig.Kaprosky at goosehead.com.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. WM is the largest sustainability company in North America. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Your services will be completed in a timely, safe, and eco-friendly manner. Go to WM.com/Duval. That's WM.com/Duval and get signed up today. If anyone can talk trash, it's the Mangler.
Brackish Vodka, the spirit of the sportsman and proud partner of the Jaguars, is now available at the Fresh Market Spirits and Wine. The Fresh Market Spirits and Wine is a new adult beverage store offering spirits, wine, beer, and accessories at A1A North in Ponte Vedra, a first-of-its-kind destination for thoughtfully curated spirits, wine, and beer as only the Fresh Market can. And now, you can get Brackish Vodka at the Fresh Market. Brackish Vodka, for whatever your sport is. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. It's Mocama Monday on XL Primetime. Head to the tap room at Fernandina Beach every day that ends with Y and enjoy some Mocama.
Happy Monday. Next Monday, you'll be celebrating a little Labor Day action. Celebrating another big day to look forward to in the college football world, because you're going to go really for 72 hours. Just an incredible run when you take a look at what you've got in store for you. You got Syracuse and Tennessee. That's noon Eastern. And, of course, Ohio State and Texas is the headliner. That's the headliner game. Because if you go with one poll, it's 1 versus 2. You go with the other poll, it's 1 versus 3. But still, both of those, Tennessee, you're going to be able to find out what Rocky Top looks like with the Joey Aguilar-led offense up there. Alabama and Florida State, a 3:30 kick. LSU and Clemson, we haven't talked enough about it yet, but they got a 7:30 kick Saturday night. Yes. And then
we might have a certain former LSU coach joining us this week.
He's going to hopefully talk about that one. And
Friday, he's fired up. I was texting him yesterday. He was breaking it down.
He really was.
He was breaking it down. I sent you that text when he said, "Oh yeah, Coach O's ready. He's fired up for this one."
He said, "Listen, Lee, because Lee,
yeah,
because he calls him Lee.
Yeah, Big Lee.
It's all about pad level.
Yeah, we got to drop the pad level."
Oh, it's so good.
And Monday, you were saying on Labor Day,
the Muses team is Monday.
we got Belichick, man, versus TCU. What a great way to end the week.
That's an 8 o'clock kick, Labor Day night. The lovely Diane TLD's birthday. So TCU versus North Carolina with the 8 o'clock kick. And
how many times will they show the Muse, by the way, in that game?
I'm pretty sure they're probably collecting video right now. As much as someone's
she's going to be in a box. She's not going to not be.
Is it going to be Taylor Swift?
Is it going to be Swiftish?
Yeah.
Or will it be like? Will he make her sit behind like a totally blacked out?
Yeah, that's true.
Because they've had so much negative media attention since then, since the CBS thing.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen or heard from her at all.
Last week, someone, TMZ, of course, meaning someone, because they sold it to TMZ, caught them holding hands as they were taking a nice little walk.
Nothing wrong with that.
On the Chapel
I
Hill
hold my baby's
campus.
hand all the time.
Yeah. Listen, Belly's that way. Okay,
Yeah.
He's got that same romantic streak you do. He loves it. And it was just a little alone time with the hoodie.
Anyone who doubts that it's true love, I don't know what to say to you guys.
Stop
it's
it.
clearly
It's not true love.
It is true love.
Age is nothing but a number, bro.
Yeah, tell him again, JJ.
It's true love for at least one of them. Okay, don't forget that.
What's it for the other?
I don't know. A plan?
Nasty cash.
A retirement plan?
Yeah, a plan.
Oh, stop it. She loves him.
She's already parlayed a few key business decisions with that influence that she's got right now into a nice little portfolio. That's for sure. All right, so one of our dudes says Vegas Insider has the Jaguars favored by 3.5. And like we said, it's moved around a little bit as far as the Carolina game is concerned. The line has moved a half a point in Carolina's favor if you take a look at that. So it's interesting when we're taking a look at both of these teams and a rebuild without a doubt with both coaching staffs. They're a year apart because Canales has got one more year under his belt up there in the Queen City. But both of these teams are trying to figure themselves out, who they are, what they've got. They went in the last couple of drafts, tried to make sure they got some weapons for Bryce Young to get the football to. Same thing's happening here. This team now has a legitimate superstar in a budding superstar.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm talking about Brian Thomas Jr., the budding superstar. Okay. But then beyond that, they went and made sure that they got him weapons, along with BTJ, Diambi, and now Travis.
Bro, can you imagine a fire alarm if we lose next Sunday?
It will be bad. It will be bad. And these are two teams that were bottom-barreled, okay? They had hit rock bottom over the last couple of years compared to what Jacksonville was looking forward to 2 short seasons ago at the end of 23, basically. Yeah. They had passed the 3-quarter poll at that point because they were 8-3 with 6 games to go.
Here's
how bad it's been since.
Here's the only thing I hope. I mean, listen, I just remember Urban Meyer's first game and how dysfunctional it was.
I'm just sorry we're in this situation.
Thanks. Doesn't help now.
Bro, I'm hoping it looks nothing like that.
Man, the Jags ain't going to lose to the Panthers.
I know we're not. I know we're not going to lose to the Panthers. But
I'm willing to do my mother's life bet again on
No, don't.
Oh, she's already died.
Twice, I think.
Right.
Twice.
Does your mother know?
Does she know that you do this?
She's going to come back from the grave again? Does she know about this?
I'll do it right now. Screw it.
Yeah.
I bet my mom's life right now the Jags are going to beat the Panthers.
Well, it's easy for you to do it now. You've already done it twice.
Well, it's just...
That's how confident I am. And I love my mother. Her name is tattooed on me.
Such a diehard thing to do.
There's no doubt it is.
You would expect a real fan to do that.
She loves Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. She's a Clemson alum, so she's probably all in on that.
Yeah. Hey, Mom, I did it again.
I don't know if she's all in on her life.
I think we tried to call her like a few years ago when I did it the first time, and Georgia lost to Bama. Or the other way around, I think.
She was not pleased.
She wasn't.
No,
Stop risking my life.
Talking about
such meaningless stuff.
Does she call you James or JJ?
Well, James is not my first or middle name, so that'd be weird.
Sorry, John.
No, because her husband's name is John.
So Does she go with Jonathan every once in a while?
She gets mad? Does she call you John?
We're not Jonathan, so yeah.
Julius.
When she gets mad,
so you guys are just making names up now.
John Jose.
John Joseph.
All right.
Is my middle name's Joseph. So no, I go by JJ just because if she called me John, it would just be, I don't know, be
a couple nice Catholic names for you there.
Does your bride call you John?
No. Whenever I make a joke as me being John, she's like, "That's your dad."
Yeah.
It's like a real big turnoff for her.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Dad.
Can't have that.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of, I don't know, the other half, significant others, some killer banana bread.
Yes.
Today.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when Matt walked in, I thought he had his baking apron on.
Because he's been known to do that.
He has. He's got a little bit of a baker's
an amazing chef.
Yep. And so
I was a little worried because he does the meat that he cooks is amazing.
Yeah.
And I was a little worried about the baking part.
Yeah.
I was like, you stay in your lane.
Yeah.
But it was his lady today.
Yes.
Made us a spectacular banana bread, and shout out to her. Thank you very much.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
And John Party up front said he'll keep making popcorn as long as he gets a slice of banana bread as his payoff.
That was the deal I made with him.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Outstanding. It's XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford.
Call 904-500-COOL. Ideal Conditions.
We're a veteran and still 100% locally owned and operated HVAC, plumbing, electrical, roofing, and general contracting company. Ideal Conditions has been BBB accredited with an A+ rating since 2008 with 4.9 out of 5 stars from over 1,000 reviews on Google.
Call 904-500-COOL.
Honk if you see us. Call for service.
Ideal Conditions.
IdealConditionsJax.com.
I'm Chris Campione. Auto accidents can leave you feeling lost and overwhelmed.
But at Campione Law, we're here to guide you with a personal touch through every step of the process. We don't get paid unless you get paid. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
How far is too far? In the all-new 2026 Jeep Cherokee, that's up to you. Powered by a new 1.6-liter Turbo 4 engine, it's the iconic SUV, reimagined to put today's adventures and tomorrow's dreams in reach. So go ahead, keep the good times going. The all-new 2026 Jeep Cherokee. Jeep, there's only one. Jeep is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
Jax is more than a city, beaches, suburbs, or a destination. We're a community that takes care of each other. I'm former Jaguar Tom McManus. J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling is dedicated to serving you with respect and integrity. We haul construction debris or property cleanouts for managers, owners, and realtors. We do it all. Call 506-1256 for your free estimate today. We're here for you. We're veteran-owned and operated. J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling.
60 days from now, you'll be one of these two guys. The first guy, sluggish, foggy, and feeling like he just can't keep up like he used to. The second guy, driven, strong, and confident. Why? Male Excel's breakthrough microdosing protocol, a daily low-dose testosterone. You don't have to be the first guy anymore. Be the second guy. Take the same steps he took. Try MaleExcel.com. 100,000 men chose wisely. Your move.
Mike Dempsey for Apex Roofing and Contracting of Jacksonville Beach. If your roof's got any damage, if it leaks, if it's just old and ugly, call my friends at Apex Roofing. But Mike, roofs are so expensive. It's true, quality roofing is not cheap, but Apex Roofing has up to 100% financing available, so you don't have to compromise quality for budget. Apex Roofing, no shortcuts, no stress, just quality work with financing available. Reach for the peak with Apex Roofing and Contracting in Jacksonville Beach. ApexRoofingFL.com.
The 42nd Annual Wave Masters Pro-Am Surf Contest, presented by Favorite Gray, is Jacksonville's largest surf event and returning to the Jacksonville Beach Pier on October 4th. 20 grand in cash will be given away for the Marker 32 Longboard Pro, the Takaloo Men's Pro, and the US Assure Women's Pro. Enter at Sunrise or Aqua Surf Shops today if you want to compete. The 42nd Annual Wave Masters Pro-Am, October 4th at the Jacksonville Beach Pier. Come watch the best surfers in Northeast Florida compete.
David here with Royal Pest Services. It's back. Our summer Centricon Termite Special. New installs begin as low as $249. And if you have existing Centricon, but your renewal is through the roof, we can transfer you to Royal at no cost. Visit RoyalPestServices.com to schedule a free estimate.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
All right, my takeaway is that when I was at Miami, I loved weeks like this. Notre Dame week, Florida State week, Penn State week, those type of weeks. The intensity in practice, the attention to details, the film watching. And I would be in the cafeteria and teammates would make up stuff about another team saying about you. They would say, "Hey, Big Sirs." And that Notre Dame guy was in the paper saying how he was going to beat you down. I knew it to not be true.
You couldn't Google that.
No, you couldn't Google it. But the fact that it was said in the cafeteria, I mean, I'm like freaking shaking my tray.
You know, there's an Italian saying that's like, I know it's not true, but I believe it.
Yes. So, I mean, that's how we got each other amped. We didn't need to get each other amped up because we always were intent on who we were playing, especially these weeks. But I love the intensity of it. Right now, I got to pump the brakes a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't want to get too high before I get down to Miami and want to tear up something.
I had a friend who was just a notorious liar, and he used to always say, "It's not a lie if you believe it."
That's actually probably not a bad way to look at life. That's a pretty good philosophy.
Well, we used to torture each other like that.
Yeah. Well, go ahead.
I was just going to say my takeaway is, JJ loves when I do that. My takeaway is no matter what these buffoons, university presidents, chancellors, commissioners, NIL middlemen taking 30% from the players, stuff like that, no matter what these guys do to damage the game off the field, it's still the bulletproof product that it is when late August, early September rolls around. It's a beautiful sport. It's a perfectly imperfect sport, and it's back. And let's celebrate the hell out of it, starting Thursday through Monday, man.
Yeah, it's not gonna be as good as this weekend throughout the season.
I don't agree with that. It's going to be great, actually.
There's a lot of really, really good ball games. I'm just talking about one weekend.
Yeah, this is the first time since 2017 that we will have 3 top 10 matchups.
Yeah, and so it's rare. It's fleeting. It goes so dang fast. So soak it up, okay?
It doesn't. You know why? Think about this. It's a 5-month season now.
Mm-hmm.
It goes from the last week of August to the last week of January.
Okay.
Not for our teams.
Yeah, not for everybody.
Well, the NFL goes not for everybody, too.
Yeah,
So
but
the first week of
they're
February.
5 months. Basically, you're looking at them matching almost schedule-wise because of the number of teams that are playing now into the postseason.
There's also, by the way, 35 bowl games outside of the college football playoff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's been forever.
Where's the championship hosted this year?
It is in Miami.
See, so there's 35 teams on top of. There's 36 teams.
Y'all get a good seat. I mean, you have.
No, we'll be hosted. What do you mean good seat?
You'll get good seats because you're
we'll
former
be able to host
Kane.
it. We'll be able to host it.
Yeah, okay.
36 teams, including the winner of the Pop-Tart Bowl, that end the season on a high note. Okay? There are 36 winners.
Not the loser of the Pop-Tart Bowl, by the way.
By the way, Iowa State took all that momentum from the Pop-Tart Bowl, and they're 1-0.
They rode it all the way
to Dublin. man. Yeah.
He said, "We are champions of the Pop-Tart Bowl. Let's live on."
They can gladly keep the trophy.
It's awesome. I'm just telling you this, Leon, because you know this to be true. If you look at your schedule, there are 2 huge games early against ranked teams.
Who?
Notre Dame and Florida.
South Florida.
And the Mighty Gators.
Oh, South Florida.
And then after that, you only see one other ranked team right now. So this is the most important part of your season, the first month. If you get through this first month with those 2 signature wins,
win.
It's a
Go
big
ahead. Win. Win. There's no
Who's on first? If you get through that, you only have SMU as a ranked team after that.
True, facts. But then we got to go to Virginia Tech and Pitt. That's
Any
all.
Coast Conference.
Hey, well,
I mean, let me look at him.
Yeah.
Like, he's not embarrassed to say that either. That's the best part about it.
3 ranked teams.
We got to go play Pitt.
Listen, this ain't me playing no more, bro. This ain't me playing. This skepticism.
Well,
especially the way
give me your cane card. You can't have that cane card
especially the
anymore.
way they finished down the stretch last year.
I want to see.
Haven't you ever heard of Dan Marino, bro? Nothing. No joke about that.
That's right.
And Hugh Green and Bill Fralick. If you want to go that far, we'll go back.
Larry
You wanna do that?
Fitzgerald?
Yeah, we can do that.
That's recency bias right there with Larry Fitzgerald compared to those names.
Right.
That's for sure. But honestly, you come through this, things are going to be looking really good for you if you can win this first one. Got to stop that run game. We know that. Big Jeremiah Love. And Mario hired, who is it, Corey Heatherman as his defensive coordinator? We'll find out.
Yeah, I think it was always fool's gold last year because they were winning games the Virginia Tech game, the Cal game, they easily could have been 5-2, 4-3, and they were 7-0, and it was kind of like, wait, are they really 7-0?
That's the magic of Ward, bro. Don't take away that magic.
No, I know that. I agree with you on that. Totally agree with you that it was all Cam Ward, but I think it kind of overshadowed the fact that they couldn't stop anybody.
They could.
No, when you take a look at the yards that were given up, that were churned out against that defense late, after being up 21-0.
Didn't Tootin have a huge game against them last year?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, that was easily the worst Miami defense ever. Easily.
Big Bashal.
He had a huge game against them last year.
Yeah, Big Bashal. I know one guy in college had 18 tackles in one game. He wasn't letting Bashal get past that.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Tommy Mack, was it 18 or did I cheat you one?
I've had a couple 25ers back in the college days. A couple 20s, 22s.
I think he had 17 against us.
19. It was 19 against Miami.
That's the one I cheated.
I always showed him because I know
Me and Michael Barrow were the players of the game in that game.
Yeah.
He was incredible. Your defense set, you was absolutely insane. Rusty Medeiros,
Yeah.
those linebackers, Ryan McNeil, the safety Williams.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys were incredible.
Yeah.
they were loaded.
You know, we fought on the plane after that game, right?
Did you really?
Yeah, because Jesse Armstead said he called out the offense for playing so poorly.
Right, I remember hearing
And
that.
we fought because we almost lost to you.
Yeah, you
Not
did.
because we lost.
Yeah.
We lost
19-15. 19-15 or something like that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
They were the definition of turbulence on that flight.
Yeah.
Now, did you have any turbulence other than all the other stuff coming back from Vegas?
No, turbulence wasn't too bad, man. Right. No, just, everything else was bad. On the way up anyway. It was all good, though. I'll tell you what, traveling with two ladies like I was, it was nice. There was no complaining.
Yeah.
It was like three guys going. Nobody complaining about it.
That's the opposite of when I travel with my lady.
Stuff you can't control. A lot of times emotions get in the way. And no,
nice.
Very, very cool. Very
That's
laid
awesome.
back and
all right, so
all good
you
stuff.
and the ladies got something coming?
Yeah, we do. Actually, Randy Cross is going to join us at the top of the 3 o'clock hour, talk a little college ball. He's calling games for CBS, so looking forward to that. I used to do a show with Randy back in the day, so it'd be good to catch up with him. Of course, going to talk Jags, the Fred Johnson trade, everything that's going on. And it's coming down to the wire, man. I keep checking my phone with the cuts coming, and I know they're coming because you see them all across the NFL. You see all these other teams doing what you got to do, and it's tough, man. I got cut. It sucks. It's the worst feeling in the world when you got to call home or call your brother, call your family, call your girlfriend, and be like, man, I didn't make it. I'm coming home, or I'm leaving and you'll never see me again. I don't know what it is, but it's a tough time.
I tell you. All right, so you guys keep an eye on it. Tommy Mack, we'll be listening, buddy.
All right,
sounds good. Helmets and Heels coming up next. Thanks to Mocama Beer Company right there on 8th Street, beautiful Fernandina Beach on the shelves at Total, ABC, Publix, wherever you see Mocama, pick up some delicious local craft. We are done. Lamar Jackson back at practice, so all those Ravens fans that were freaking out, he was back at practice earlier today. All right, plenty more coming your way. Big Sirs, Matty Hayes, Joe C, JJ, we will talk to you Monday.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. Take the straightaway at 200 miles an hour.
I've been watching lap times.
Sunday at Darlington.